Hi, I'm Exesis, and we're playing the German Empire in the Great War Redux mod for Hearts of Iron 4. And we are in the midst of the Schlieffen plan here. We are currently pushing quite heavily into Belgium. France is proving to be a lot more difficult, which of course it should be. So anything else would be a little bit of a disappointment actually. And we have two things we want to look at here first. So we have a battle here on the eastern front where the Germans are pushing very hard. So this province here can be attacked from two directions. They've got 4 divisions attacking. We've got 2 defending. One was forced to retreat there. And we are almost out of organization. So I think what we need to do is actually take 2 of these divisions here, and we want to go through that route. Just reinforce this. Let's move one of these up as well, maybe. We can. They are attacking quite hard into this. We can see that their organization is low. This is a tile here. They don't seem to be too interested in attacking. Oddly enough, it looks like they can reach it from 3 different provinces, and that will allow another tile to take this one, which has the airport on. And Memo should also be a good target for them to go after, of course. It's a long one. This tile can only be reached by probably both of these tiles from 2 sides. I'd go into this one. But then the AI works in mysterious ways. We will send those 2 divisions down here, and we should be able to stabilize that attack. We also have something going on here. So we saw that the Russians sallied out here before. It looks like the British have something of a presence left in the Baltic. But they managed to sink a lot of our convoys. We're not currently producing any convoys, so we might need to look into that as well. So let's just pop some convoys in, and we don't need to do too much about this. Just put 2 factories on it, on dockyards. At the top of the queue, as repairs finish, they will be filled up with the things from the repair queue. Let's see if we can import some rubber from somewhere that doesn't require any convoys. 1 from the Ottomans, that's not going to help us. And we can't make any synthetic rubber, so that's just the way it is for now. It would be a good thing if we could use the aircraft designer and remove the rubber usage from our aircraft, like you can in By Blood Alone, but it's not possible in the Great War Redux mod, not yet at least. But I think what we want to do here is these 2 destroyers, they're just going to get put into there. Are we just 13 in total? No, we've got another 4 there. And 3 ships repairing. Okay, so the full 20 is still here. Oh wow, they got so much experience so quickly. I think something's up with the naval experience gain here in this mod, because we are gaining so much navy experience, and also the units seem to be gaining experience very quickly. But what we will do, we've got them on strike force here. So we will move them over and allow them to strike force the entire region. I think we might want to put out the 2nd flight of destroyers. The same thing here, we'll grab 20 of them. And we'll put these 2 convoy escort as well. We probably want to step up our construction of destroyers just a little bit here. Do we have anything we can do for them? We could add some more light guns, I guess. We need these to be cheap. We got the sonar on already. We don't have any anti-air. Don't have any need for mine warfare. We got some torpedoes. These are good enough for now. We don't have any better equipment to put on them. There is actually something to be said for making one of these a cheaper class as well, a smaller torpedo boat with on the new hull or newer hull. If we were to remove that and that, we're looking at 610 versus 770. I think this is a better wartime one. We will remove the sonar from this. We'll keep a little bit of production on these, I think. And don't know what numbers we are up to. They are currently building, no, they're probably replacing the V4, aren't they? No, we haven't lost any ones. Let's just call this the V5 class. It might already have a V5, but 1914. Or yeah, that is just a made-up name. I don't really know which one it would be. It costs us a little bit of experience from this, but it's nothing really. We just removed some construction costs from this one and made it a little bit weaker. What would it be? What is this second battery? Yeah, then we're almost up at the same. So we'll trade a little bit of light guns for. We could actually go down at size onto the torpedo tubes as well. I'll save yet a little bit more. The extra speed, of course, and HP will be helpful. Yeah, so we're making a... yeah, we'll do it this way. That's fine. We do still want this one to be commissioned. Let's get rid of those. Let's do it that way. We can decommission these torpedo boats. And we will put some V5s into production. Higher up. I want them right under there, and we will put 4 factories on that, 2 on that. These can go straight into the High Sea Fleet, and these... I kind of want to get those out from there. Let's just put them into the High Sea Fleet strategic region. They'll end up here in a reserve fleet, and we can move them up as needed to replace losses. Alright. I got our fleet heading out. I thought, yeah, here we go. There's a lot of submarines here. Would be so nice if we could sink some of them. Oh, we did manage to sink a light cruiser, HMS Amethyst, and a destroyer. And here comes the French fleet, or is it? Yeah, it's the French fleet up here. Oh, we need to look back here in. We have broken through. We don't really want to push that attack then, and push up that way. This, no, they are on that tile. They are moving down this way. There will be, we'll hold them back there. Brussels looks like it will fall soon. This is just, no, that's a mountain tile. We might actually be able to... I want to see if we can make a small push in here. And that's a fort. Nancy is not. We'll see. We'll just prod a little bit and see what happens. And have they arrived here yet? Yes. So the defenses there have held. And looks like we are sinking some more destroyers down here. And there goes Brussels. German troops easily broke through the defenses of the Belgian army and invaded Brussels. The German headquarters immediately organized a parade of winners in the center of the Belgian capital. The fall of Belgium means that the French capital will be at risk of capture. The road to Paris is open. Can the Entente urgently organize a defense? Or can the war be considered over? Another victory for the fatherland. And then that also means that the Belgians have capitulated. That gives us a nice stockpile of trains, which is sorely needed. We are lacking 50 of them, so that's a perfect boost. We are lacking... we've got the trucks we need. What more did we get there? We got some artillery and some support equipment, and that's very useful. They are actually producing improved artillery as well, and a bunch of infantry equipment. That means we do want to check our logistics tab again. Maybe we need to just let it pass over midnight so we know that everything has been registered. There we go. We're still lacking a little bit of artillery. Armored cars we're going to get there. A little bit of infantry equipment. We're burning through a lot of infantry equipment now though. And we have a surplus of trains again, so that's really nice. And these are still a ways away, unfortunately. Ships take a long time to build. That's why we were on it so early. Yeah, we're increasing production there still, and same thing for artillery. How are we doing for construction of them? Yeah, we're still building military factories, and we'll get to building a little bit of infrastructure. Not sure we need all of this infrastructure anymore. I was kind of hoping we'd have this done before the war. Posen. Yeah, no, these are all on the eastern. Why did we want Katowice? No, Westfalen. No, Westfalen is military factories. Okay, now I'm on board again. So all of these are on the eastern front. I think we already built the ones on the western front before the war. Yeah, we need to make sure that these are knocked out from there. I want to keep moving forward, of course. If we can, push them out from Belgium altogether. These are French divisions now, of course, defending Belgium. Okay, so we want to see the results from this battle here. We managed to sink 9 destroyers and 1 light cruiser. That was a nice one too. There's a bunch of really heavily damaged ships there, among their dreadnoughts. Didn't want to disappear. We lost 1 convoy though. And we got another convoy raid going on up here. Now, we don't have any depth charges on our ships, but for whatever reason, standard destroyer without any depth charges still has 1 sub detection and 1 sub depth charge. So if you've got a big enough stack, you will still do damage to submarines and you can sink them. Which is a little bit weird, but that's the way it works. And we don't have depth charges researched yet either, I think. Yeah, so that might be something we want to look into. Getting some depth charges and using all that Navy experience. We've got basically everything here we want. This is a little bit of... now we can get convoy sailing. Carrier, and carrier things. And this one is also carrier things. Convoy sailing is worth getting. I guess we could go all the way down just to get rid of the armed Navy experience. We will hang on to that for a little bit. We can get this home defense as the next one, I think. No, air superiority is a good one. This one, you can only pick one of them. I prefer the air superiority one. These ones you can take both of. There's no dividing thing there. We should be getting some more in that way too. So we can... No, we don't need to do that, I think. We are currently at 3.7 out of 5.5. Then we've got 500,000 men in reserve. So let's... we're gonna start working on tanks soon. And let's get that ready just so it's out of the way. We're not going to get through there, but we want to hold them on there just to protect this one. And I think it is time to get this field marshal order going here. The front lines here have bogged down. Let's get rid of all of these. The Schlieffen plan has failed. The objective, of course, for the Germans was to reach Paris within 40 days to get a decisive victory. We'll put up a field marshal order there, and we will try to advance the old-fashioned way. We are still doing fine on the eastern front. The Austro-Hungarians are slowly falling back, so I don't really dare to move our troops off the border here just yet, or off the mountain tiles. Since I don't know, they just don't have enough here to actually keep them in place. How are they doing? Or they've got the manpower to spare, and they've only got 15 mils. Not the best ally we have. So I think we might want to look into our friends over here in the Ottoman Empire. They might be able to help us out a little bit more now. They've also got an abysmal military factory count. Britain's up to 32, France is 20, we've got 48. We are building up heavily there though. And France is losing a few. Now we should be able to retake this tile there. This one here we're not going to take from just one direction at least. It looks like we might want to know their low org there. Where do the railway lines go? Yeah, they go through this tile. This one is really important for us. We could get supplies through the Netherlands here, but it's not going to happen. The Netherlands, of course, were neutral the entire war. And here we go. There sunk 3 submarines in that combat. Another 2 there. Any submarine we sink is 1 submarine that can harass us less, so that's good. What's happened up here? Oh, that's just Denmark. I thought it looked grey first. Now you can see that the defense on divisions is just insane here, compared to the soft attack division, soft attack values we have. Yeah, we're not gonna push through there. We can cancel that one, I think. Let them reorganize. Let's use these troops there instead. And I just put a support attack on so that they don't actually move there. No, you attack there instead. I don't want to be in that combat. I want you to be in that combat. We will move in with these there. We really want to take this tile. We don't want to have to build a new railroad. I'd prefer to go by the routes already existing. And it's probably about time to move our air forces out from the Benelux. There's no airfields here. More than the ones we have down there. There is the one here in Lille. If we can capture that one, that would be good. I wonder if it's there. Yeah, it's Pas-de-Calais. Alright, so we've managed to recapture this one here. We've got another 7 days until we can hook up the supply hub in Brussels. Supply hub here, so we've only got there's a bottleneck there somewhere. And that's a really weird route for it to come. So it's must be level 3 there, yeah. We might be better off trying to go through Magdeburg here and Erfurt and come down. We need to go to Frankfurt in any way. And this is, no, that's the level 3. So we really want to start upgrading the rail here, I think. If we just press that once, we should have gotten a bunch of these there. And we will bump these up to the top of the queue, I think. Then we will bump the Niederbayern military factory up to the top. We can wait a little bit with this east front infrastructure. These supply hubs we have up here are not fully covered. Might actually want to motorize this one a little bit. That might help getting more supplies out to the front lines there. Over here in Austria we're not going to do very much. Yeah, so this attack there isn't going anywhere. This attack here isn't going anywhere. This attack here looks like we might actually succeed with, so we will keep at it. We obviously want to try and keep our losses low. We could maybe go into Ghent. Let's see if we can make an offensive work there. Might be easy once the supplies start trickling in. Alright, so we finished logistics companies. That's immediately going to help all of our artillery ones. We still need another 1,000 support equipment stockpile before we can switch in logistics companies on our standard rifle divisions. I don't think the extra recon detachment is worth it. At least not right now. Military police, don't know if we're even using the military police in here. No, we haven't made the swap yet, so let's make that swap. That'll diminish the cost on our the strain a little, just a little bit there at least. On our garrisons. Probably want to set a new garrison or standard garrison law while we are at that. So Belgium we want to have on local or secret police. Which one is the better one here? Secret police probably. No, local police force. And these can be on. Yeah, what we want to do is you can go to use default. We will switch the default over to local police force. No, we want to have this one on civilian oversight. Anything with high compliance is civilian oversight. Anything with low compliance is local police force. And compliance grows really, really slowly. So, and we might need to put in a secret police if resistance gets too high in one of these places. I think we will start off with that. We want to save some of our army experience, of course, for doctrines or to make other template changes as needed. We could, of course, go for the next level there or there. Could go for the railway guns. That's going to be a nice boost. But I think it's probably about time to get the next level infantry equipment. How are we doing for artillery? The same thing there. That is 67 days. This one is 148 days. This one's a big boost to the offensive capabilities. And that is a 50% boost to soft attack and a little bit more breakthrough in defense. And mostly it's the big boost of soft attack for actually a pretty tiny increase in production cost. 67 days, that's it. And we soon get this howitzer charging upgrade too. And I think with artillery we are very soon there at the point where it's we need to get more factories into that, of course, but alright, so we finished focus on the true enemy. That's a long time since we did a focus. And time runs really slowly once we are at war, of course. And now we want to see, where do we want to go? We kind of want to go down towards the Hindenburg program. That's a few, or quite a lot of free military factories. We gain a little bit of political power gain reduction, but the production efficiency cap is plus 10%, and the production efficiency base is plus 10%. Those are two really, really big ones for our industry. So we're going to go on to that. And of course it leads into the Research Bureau, which is fairly important too, as we want to start getting tanks and all the other kind of nice things going. Might want to build our own airport somewhere here. Maybe we can build one in Luxembourg. Just so we have one that can cover these 3 regions as needed. Alright, so let's grab an airport in Luxembourg. We will once again put it under there. I think it's more important than upgrading these railways. Just so that we, and I think the airfields cost like 1,000. They're really cheap compared to railways are also quite cheap. It's a quick kind of. Maybe we can't actually construct there while the combat is taking place. It looks like airports can be constructed while it's combat going. No, Luxembourg's free of combat, and that's not a problem, is it? Okay, so we will use this division there too. We will cycle these back into Ghent. That's probably the main attack we are doing right now. Our marines would be nice to have for the crossings here. The United States of America proclaimed a policy of strict neutrality in thought and deed, as President Woodrow Wilson put it. His goal was to broker peace, and he sent his top aide, Colonel House, on repeated missions to the belligerents. But they were so confident of victory that peace was ignored. War can't be avoided. And thus we are here, in Western Europe, in the trenches. Maybe if we... that was interesting. But okay, thank you very much, Liberia. Let's see if we can make a concentrated effort into knocking this one division out from here too. These 4 are busy trying to take this tile from us. So recapturing this one would be good. I think we might want to move some more divisions up that way. Actually move one of these up that way too. It shows to pick one without the artillery. Let's see how it goes there. Okay, so looks like we sunk our first battleship. The Carnot, pre-dreadnought hull was sunk by SMS Westfalen. Westfalen is one of our battleships, if I'm not mistaken. It should be, being one of the... we can't see it there, we should see it fairly high up on this side. Yeah, Westfalen, yeah, that's one of our early dreadnoughts. Yeah, with 1% of the damage he landed the killing blow. Prince Albert destroyed the Côte d'Ivoire, which is an early cruiser, heavy cruiser too. Or armored cruiser as they were called here, that's why it's CA, cruiser armored. And it was a very good battle for us. Looks like we didn't take that much damage, and we managed to sink 2 of their capital ships. Let's get rid of this one. One of our cruisers got hit quite badly. The G170. No, one of their cruisers down. Yeah, that's one of our destroyers. That doesn't matter. They'll repair in a couple of days. This battle up here, we managed to destroy a whole 4 of the Russian battleships. All the pre-dreadnoughts, of course, as most of the ships were in World War I. Submarine and some more armored cruisers here too. Killing blows they were by Moltke, York, Westfalen, another one for Westfalen, Prince Regent Lutzbold. 3 of those at least are our newer ships. Lutzbold is a 1910, and König, was it Albert as well? It doesn't matter. York and Moltke are battle cruisers. Yeah, that's the one we read. And there is another battle going on here. Why are they coming out? Well, we might need to look into that because our fuel is running low. That's another really good battle. There's a lot of torpedo boats destroyed. We lost the convoy there. But it looks like we are doing a great deal of harm, at least to the Russian fleet. This of course means that they won't be able to threaten us in the same kind of way. Yeah, they've only got 8 dreadnoughts left. No, we can't really see. Yeah, we can. But they're all going to be pre-dreadnoughts, it looks like, at least by the picture there. And they got a bunch of torpedo boats and a few heavy cruisers. Looks like they are building new heavy cruisers at least. No, we don't have very good. We've actually got really good intel on them for not having a spy there. And that's because we've been fighting them so much on the naval front. We've got full insight here on the French Navy. They've got 14 battleships left. Do they have any new ones? No, it looks like they're only pre-dreadnoughts as well. They've got loads of heavy cruisers, which can also dish out quite a bit of pain. So the British have the 3 Invincible class battle cruisers. They have a few Colossus class dreadnoughts. So the British fleet, they are on par with. We're building 1916s now, but they have 1910s in the water, 2 of them, and as do we, of course. So they are leaning quite heavily into capital ship construction, I would say. They've got way more than we do. I think we are up to. No, we can't go in that way. We need to go in this way if we want to see our own intel screen. So we are up to about 42, and they've got 62, and they've got the 20 up on us still. And a total count of way more. They've got so many destroyers. The British fleet's going to take a little bit more of nagging before we can get them down. And it might actually be worth to. Now we don't have any research, but we might want to get to have a look at some bombers, or maybe even navs, but we don't have any names for these. So of course we're going to go with the bombers. We've got 4 naval attack there, and these have 8, but these are useful for other things, of course. So we can use them as close air support and to strategically bomb, and probably about time we actually get the Albatrosses research started. That's about a year with a research bonus. A little bit of a sway way away from where we are. We are currently sitting at a maximum naval experience gain. Let's just grab these out then. Means we stop bugging us for naval doctrine. So we've got enough for machine gun defense. This increases the defense of our infantry and our reinforce rate. We will take that. That's really good. We obviously would need the amplitude modulation as well for the reinforce rate. We got a 25% research time reduction for tank prototype design. That would also be nice to get out of the way. We still need to keep one on industry there, so we actually get them finished. Okay, so we no longer get the effects from the Schlieffen plan. These were... okay, it's already been removed. But we had some offensive bonuses against France just to actually be able to make some kind of headway now. So the fronts here should slow down significantly after this. We'll see. And they go under the country bonus down there. I can't have the tooltips won't stick in HOI4 as they do in Victoria 3, but that's the 4th from the bottom there, the country skill. It's where the Schlieffen plan bonus goes in. Now we hopefully will be able to take Ghent and take this tile as well. It doesn't look like we are holding on here though. Let's let's move someone in there to help. Yeah, we need to bolster up the defenses here. That one can probably move there because that tile is empty at the moment. And it would be nice to take Ghent. I probably need to bring our... Yeah, we need to abandon this attack, I think. I might be able to reinforce them well enough. This one's fluttering. Let's grab another division up there. Let's see if we can have... you can go up that direction. And get in there, get some artillery in there. We might be able to deal enough damage to them. And we start getting our Marines out. I think we need a new commander for the Marines. And I think we were talking about putting Erich Ludendorff. No, I think he was supposed to be in front of the... Here we got another artillery specialist though. He might be... Oh, he's got such rubbish attack. And I like this guy. Swamps are actually a decent one, decent pick. He's got good offensive stats. I'm thinking for the marine divisions now. Swamps is one of these places where you want them to be fighting. A trickster would be nice as well. And he doesn't have the old guard trait, which is also really good. I think we select Hermann von Francois. And we get these nice terrain boosts. He can get adaptable with that. Terrain penalty reduction. We'll pick that up straight off the bat. And let's grab him under the... Just move them down to Koblitz. They can deploy down here too. And we'll see when we start needing these. Maybe we can convert another 2 divisions in here. Do we have anyone with better experience? No, not really. What would that cost? We have the howitzers, and I'm really only looking at the howitzers here because these are the same. The deficit is just carried over. They haven't been reinforced from lost equipment, and of course for support equipment and motorized. We've got plenty of those. We can probably take a 3rd one actually. Weiter! And we want to keep Bothmer here for the infantry role, so we level him up, and this trait will get better, and all of our divisions will get better. I just wonder how much it needs to be counted as an artillery division. Because I think this is not on the division, this is on his. So, but that also means that these need to be counted as an artillery division, which would be when their default symbol pops over to artillery, right? But then the symbol is, because if it's that way, it's gonna be, yeah, that much before it's counted as an artillery division for the trait, and that's just 40%. That's an insane amount of artillery to be able to just get that trait unlocked. And I think this is a fairly balanced one. I can take adding another howitzer on here, or don't really want to remove any infantry because the infantry did have 12 battalions at this time. But adding on another howitzer would be a huge boost to soft attack. It would also require a decent amount of new howitzers, of course, but we will get there. And of course we want to have railway guns attached to these. We just need to unlock them first. Okay, so we did not manage to hold on to that tile there. We will entrench back a little bit. Let's see if we can't move someone else in here. Now we've got 2 divisions there that are really low. Let's see if we can find them in the list. It could be that one. Yeah, okay, so we've got this one here. Let's retreat back. And this one here. We'll cycle them out and we'll cycle some fresher troops in. Now here's another yellow bubble. Turned red. And they are, yeah, they're making a heavy attack there. We want to move some in. Might want to look into moving. It looks like they've managed to stabilize the front here. What's happened here? The French have occupied Krakow. Okay, it's probably been handed over to them, of course, by the Russians. But it looks like Otto von Bellow's army can be sent over here. We will remove that defensive line. And we will assign him to bolster up the numbers here on the western front instead. We did manage to take Jerzy. I think no, it's not a supply hub or anything, but it's a nice tile to have. It's a hill tile, so it should be fairly defensible. And it was ripe for the taking, so. And anytime we can take something without any major losses, that is good. And the French are building up some really heavy forces on the front lines here. There's a lot of divisions starting to pile up, so these reinforcements are really going to help to fix that. What's up here? We are still guarding. Oh, we're guarding the railway networks, aren't we? No. Oh, we're guarding victory points. That's why they're all over the place. I mean, it's not wrong to guard the victory points. I wish we could have these that were supply hubs and railways were different. Because supply hubs, I feel that that's something that you really want to guard. But yeah, we're not gonna deal too much with that. How are we doing for? It's a lot of submarines we've managed to sink. Some more submarines and destroyers. There's a very big combat going on. Under the... this was weird. Admiral Franz von Hipper, of course, is our admiral. That is being led by the Austro-Hungarian. And then it's... I don't know what happened there. That was just weird. We'll have a little bit more of a look into the... yeah, okay, so we are not breaking through here in Ghent at the moment. Let's just give in on that and we'll dig in for a little bit here. 2 German warships, chased by the Royal Fleet, are now docked at Constantinople port. The British knows they can stay in a neutral port only for 24 hours and is waiting to catch them, but an unexpected decision has been made. With German consent, the Ottoman Empire enlisted the ships into the Ottoman fleet, including all their crew members. Let's see, Goben and Breslau. They are now part of the Ottoman fleet in Constantinople. At least they were not sunk or captured. And that also means that they are out of the reach of the British Navy. I actually think they were part of the High Sea Fleet and they were just magically moved over that way now. Here we go. We have another destroyer. Let's grab you and put you into the High Sea Fleet. And another destroyer. And I think this submarine is a reserve submarine. I think we've got them set to 5. Yeah, that's good. And we can do automatic reinforcements there too. I think we want to do the same thing for these two convoy escort fleets. We just have them on automatic reinforce, and if any one of them gets sunk, they can pull from the reserves there without us getting too involved. Okay, so we got, oh my, Franz von Hipper is now level 8. It's insane. We obviously want a big gun expert. That is 15% more capital ship attack. That is a huge amount. You remember we had like 1200. Shore bombardment bonus would be nice too. Yeah, we can't select that one, unfortunately. Minesweepers, no, we're not going to bother with that. We don't want the retreat decision chance. This can be good for things like submarines, when you want to, or surface raiders maybe too, when you want your ships to retreat earlier. Normally when something retreats, you do get a little bit of negative penalties, as you can't fight with all your guns. Let's see if we can... Oh, we're actually gaining anything here. We are gaining green water and we are gaining inshore fighter. Alright. That's nice. We don't have anything going on here, of course. How are we doing for traits on our admirals down here then? So we got Reinhard Scheer. Is he ours? No, he's not a submarine guy. But he is in command of a surface raiding fleet. So this could be one where smoke screens would be beneficial to be able to get out. But I think safety first is going to be a much more important pick here. And crisis magician too. Now he doesn't have very many. We've just got enough light cruisers here to screen the heavy cruiser. So I think this is just a way of keeping them alive a little bit further. And then we have Tirpitz. And I think we will do the same thing here. Safety first. And we'll pick Crisis Magician here in a bit, just to help them keep their ships alive. Henning von Holtzollern doesn't seem to have gotten anything, but he's getting some experience at least. It's always that. We picked him just because he started with the Seawood. Actually, we have one... He's missing a submarine, so we can move a U-14 down there, and it can reinforce. And who's our commander here? Hugo von Pool. Well, he's gaining experience. He's gaining a little bit of traits. It would be nice to get the superior tactician there. It looks like he is gaining at least towards that, so we'll get there sooner rather than later. But I think that's going to be all for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we'll see each other again in the next one. Until then, take care.